In a small serene community called Amoye village, to the east of the Yoruba land nestled amidst lush greenery, the days often began with the melodic sounds of roosters crowing and women fetching water from the well in the heart of the village, dug close to the house of the village head. Traditional houses with thatched roofs and earthen walls formed a calm scene where life flowed at a gentle, rhythmic pace, innocent of the stress that paraded civilized communities. However, the beauty that the Amoye community was known for was alien to a young maiden in the village. Though a bona fide daughter of the soil of the beautiful Amoye community, Aduni's life couldn't be described as beautiful. As a young maiden of Amoye community, Aduni possessed a radiant spirit that was overshadowed by the acne that marred her face, making her true beauty impossible to behold. Aduni, due to her predicament, soon became the object of ridicule, as the villagers, often harsh in their judgments, were quick to mock and scorn her. While some of them forbade their young daughters from having anything to do with her, lest they became plagued with a similar skin disease, as they believed her condition was a curse or a sign of bad luck. Others called her bad names, from the village leopard to scarfed face. Aduni was given different names which really affected her self-esteem. She watched helplessly as her dignity slipped through the disdainful looks and scornful tongues of the villagers, as every attempt to cure the skin problem proved abortive. Soon enough, Aduni found herself lonely without anyone to call a friend. Her only solace was her love for nature. Unlike other maidens in the village who spent their time playing one game or the other, or discussing the different suitors seeking their hands in marriage under the popular odon tree at the village square, she spent hours at the outskirts of the village, surrounded by the beauty of the landscape, where she felt somewhat at peace. There, the flowers didn't judge her, neither will the trees whisper about her flaws. Despite Aduni's resilience, her heart ached as she yearned for friendship and love. But each day ended with disappointment. Her so-called friends distanced themselves, not wanting to have anything to do with the scarred one, and she felt betrayed by those she once trusted. Aduni's world thus was a cycle of sadness, resentment, and loneliness. One fateful day, Aduni was on her way from her favorite spot when she noticed that the atmosphere in the village was different from its usual one. The village burst with excitement as preparations for a grand birthday party began. It was the village head's birthday party, and it was obviously going to be a community affair. The D-Day came, and the celebration drew guests from neighboring villages, including a handsome young man named Akin. Akin was a prince from Ilumoka village, known for its rich culture and kind-hearted people. Akin arrived, wearing elegant Yoruba attire, and immediately noticed the vibrant energy of the celebration. He got into the flow as he danced and exchanged pleasantries with everyone that crossed paths with him. In the midst of the festivities, Akin's attention was drawn to a solitary figure standing apart from the crowd. Adunni, hesitant and shy, stood at a distance, her eyes filled with a mixture of curiosity and sadness. Akin beheld Adunni once more and saw more than an acne-invested face. He saw beauty beyond her scars. He saw a gentle soul yearning for friendship and connection. Akin saw in Adunni a beauty that was begging for an expression. Their eyes met, and in that brief moment, something profound passed between them. In no time, Akin covered the distance between them. The prince of Ilumoka village approached Adunni, his heart racing. He offered her a drink, a simple yet powerful gesture. Adunni, taken aback by this unexpected kindness, accepted it with trembling hands. For the first time in years, she felt seen and valued. Adunni was about pinching herself back to reality from the dream world when a strong arm pulled Akin gently away from her. And from the blaring music that rented the atmosphere, Adunni could hear Olabode, the village head son, berate Akin for daring to associate himself with Adunni, the leopard. What do you think you are doing? Did I invite you here to come and embarrass me and my family? Olabode fumed at Akin. I don't understand you in any way. How have I embarrassed you or your family? Akin asked in bewilderment. What were you doing talking to that lady whom no one would have anything to do with? I hope she didn't touch you with her cursed hands. Tell me, did she touch you? Did she? Olabode asked in panic as he made to check Akin's body. Just stop it. Stop it already. What are you talking about? When has it become a crime to have a harmless discussion with a maiden in the land? Akin asked in confusion. Look here, Akin. The entire village believes that leopard, Adunni, is cursed. And that's why our body is scarred. Everyone wants their loved ones to avoid her, so they don't share in her curse. Olabode explained to his friend. What? Don't tell me you also believe that, Olabode? Akin had disappointment. Akin glanced at the spot where he once stood discussing with the maiden with the purest soul he had ever seen, Adunni, but she was no longer where he left her. His gaze swept through the venue of the party and was quick enough to catch a glimpse of her as she made her way out of the village hall. Without a second thought, Akin sprinted after Adunni, trailing her to her favorite hideout, as she needed the warmth and acceptance void of judgment that nature offered her. Akin found her seated under a big tree, which casted a shadow over the village stream. Adunni leaned against the big tree with her eyes tightly shut, and hot tears cascading down her cheeks. Without uttering a word, Akin settled under the shade beside her. With their fingers locked and lips sealed, the two hearts communicated in a frequency too high for words to describe. Their budding friendship did not go unnoticed as the villagers, ever ready to gossip, watched and whispered. They couldn't fathom why a blue blood like Akin would show interest in someone like Adoni, and the pressure and disapproval mounted. The few ones who managed only to greet her through their noses stopped doing so, and the gossip mill in Amoye resumed its operation, spreading lies and rumors in an attempt to sabotage her happiness. The weight of the villagers' scorn grew heavier, and Adoni found herself in a familiar place, alone and heartbroken. Only that this time, she wasn't entirely alone. Akin was there to weather the storm with her each step of the way. He would always tell her that his broad shoulders were made to take the bullet of resentment and disapproval for her, and that his forehead made strong to confront her adversaries. Akin's love for Adoni was unwavering as he stood by her side, defending her against the harsh words or judgmental glances. He saw her inner beauty, her strength, and her kind heart. Akin determined to make her his against all odds. His support gave Adoni the courage to face the villagers with her head held high. And the once shy and depressed Adoni started walking with some smiles on her face. The villagers began to see the purity of their love, as Akin's determination and Adoni's resilience softened their hearts. The whispers began to run into words of acceptance, and the once harsh village began to embrace the couple. Adoni and Akin's love story culminated in a beautiful wedding, with the villagers gathering to celebrate their union. The joy of the couple was contagious. Adoni's happiness radiated from the depth of her soul, and she exuded a beauty that was impossible to ignore. Shortly after their marriage, heaven smiled on the couple as Adoni became pregnant. The villagers watched in awe as her pregnancy brought about a remarkable change. Adoni's skin began to clear, and she glowed with her inner and outer beauty that became the talk of the town. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous, so much that the young men who had despised and never saw her beautiful enough to be worthy of their approval began to knock themselves on the head for losing such a gem. Adoni's journey from the scorned maiden to a cherished wife and mother was a testament to the power of love and acceptance. Her story inspired the village, reminding them that true beauty lies within, and that love has the power to heal and transform. Akin and Adoni's story continued to be told for generations. A beautiful reminder of how Akin saw beyond Adoni's scars to the beauty within. The villagers learned a valuable lesson about kindness, acceptance, and the transformative power of love. Just like the villagers of Amoye community. Have you learned one or two lessons from the Akindon's love story? Don't hesitate to share those lessons in the comment section.